Hello everyone and welcome to another Dragonfly deck review. My name is Dan, Dragonfly9078 here on Dueling Network. Well, I guess it would be here on YouTube and also on Dueling Network, but I'm currently on Dueling Network, so you get what I mean. So today I will be talking about a deck that I actually just made and probably should have saved for one of my Friday things because I think I made it pretty quickly. And it's actually been doing pretty well. I used it in a few duels. It's actually pretty decent. Um, so it's a deck for the series of cards. I wouldn't call them an archetype. They're just a set of cards that like support each other. And it's the cards that revolve around summoning Sun Dragon Inti and Moon Dragon Quilla. So let's uh, let's go through it. So I think I'll start off with the two synchros because they are the most important thing. They're like the focus of the entire deck. Um, Moondragon Quilla is a dark level 6 synchro dragon with 2500 attack and 2000 defense. It requires the tuner Supe and one or more non-tuner monsters. When Quilla is selected as an attack target, you gain life points equal to half of the attacking monster's attack. If Quilla is destroyed, you can immediately summon Sundragon Inti from your graveyard. Sundragon Inti, on the other hand, is a level 8 synchro. It's a light dragon with 3000 attack and 2800 defense. Requires a one or more non-tuner monsters and the tuner Fire Ant Ascator. When Sundragon Inti is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you destroy the monster that destroyed it in battle, and your opponent takes damage equal to half of that monster's attack power. If Sundragon Inti on the field is destroyed during the next standby phase, not your next standby phase, but the next standby phase, you can special summon Moondragon Quilla from your graveyard. So they do set up a nice little loop there. That can be very effective. Also of note is that Sundragon Inti requires Fire Ant Ascator, which is a level 3, and Quilla requires Supe, which is a level 1, which means the other monster, if you just use one other monster for both of them, just has to be level 5. So this deck is pretty much Supe, Fire Ant Ascator, and level 5 monsters, and a Giant Rat. So, of course, I have a bunch of rank 5 XYZs, Volcasaurus. Why do I have Queen Dragon Jin? Oh, because I do have a couple level 4s. I have a Pakateku. A Pokateku. A Pokateku. I'm not big on pronunciation. And Queen Dragon Jin can be summoned with those and supports Inti and Quilla because they're dragons. And you can you can detach an XYZ material to summon a level 5 or higher dragon monster from your graveyard. They can't attack this turn, its effects are negated, but that is basically Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon or Sun Dragon Inti, all of whose effects resolve off field, except for Quilla's first. Like if she's attacked, then you gain life points. Other than that, they all resolve off either in the graveyard or in the hand in regards to Interplanetary Purpley Thorny Dragon. And I have like Zenmao and Machu Mech. I thought it fit the Inca theme because it is a series of cards referred to, at least on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, as the Inca set because they're based on, I guess, Incan myth or Incan things. And Machu Picchu is, I believe, Incan. It's been a while since I took like social studies or anything, but I believe Machu Picchu was Incan. So anyway, onto the actual deck part of the deck. First is a Pokatequil. That actually sounds good. A Poke-Take Wheel. A Poke-Take Wheel is a Light Thunder, level 4, 1800 attack and 1200 defense. While a Poke-Take Wheel and a Tuner are face up on your side of the field, a Poke-Take Wheel is level 5. When it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard from the field, you can select and special summon an Oracle of the Sun from your graveyard. So it's a pretty decent monster. You can normal summon it, and then you can also use it to synchro into Quilla and Inti. So definitely a good card. Chronomaly Tula Guardian is a level 5 Earth Rock, 1800 attack, 1900 defense. If a field spell is face up on the field, you can normal summon it. You can special summon it from your hand, sorry, but you can only control one Tula Guardian. The field spell I'm using right now is Mausoleum of the Emperor because I do have a lot of level 5 monsters, but they can basically all special summon themselves. So I actually don't know if I'm going to keep Mausoleum of the Emperor. I don't know if I'm going to like replace it with a different field spell, but if I'm not using a field spell, then I'm definitely gonna take Tula Guardian out. I haven't actually gotten Tula Guardian or Mausoleum of the Emperor onto the field in any of the duels I've played with this deck, which was probably at least 6 or 7. But it can synchro with these, of course. Like honestly, all of them except for Giant Rat and a Poke-Take Wheel are level 5, so they can all synchro with Fire Ant, Ascator, and Supe. Cyber Dragon, I'm sure you know, 2100 attack, 1600 defense, Light Machine, level 5, can be special summoned if you don't have any monsters and your opponent has at least one. Pretty simple. Fire Ant Ascator is an Earth Insect, level 3, it is a tuner, 700 attack, 1300 defense. When it is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can select and special summon a level 5 monster from your graveyard. That monster's effects are negated, and it is sent to the graveyard during the end phase. So you can suicide it against something to bring out Cyber Dragon from your graveyard, and then sync it with Supe for Moondragon Quilla, or something. I don't know. Garbage Lord is a level 5 Dark Fiend, 0 attack, 2400 defense. Can't be used as an XYZ material. Oh, I think I messed up in my last duel. Oh, can't be used as an XYZ material except for the XYZ summon of a dark monster. I think I wasn't thinking, and I used him for Volcasaurus. So he can be used for, Adrius, but again, I'm synchroing more than I'm XYZing. And he can be special summoned from your hand by paying 2,000 life points. That is exactly why I only have one of him, but he can be special summoned. He is level 5, and he does have pretty solid defense, so he is decent, especially when you're looking for level 5s that you can special summon to sync with. Giant Rat, when it's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, I'm sure you know what Giant Rat does. Special summon an Earth monster with 1500 or less from your, or 1500 or less attack from your deck. That includes Fire Ant, Ascator, and Supe. So that's really just a faster way to get those two onto the field, and then sync and start attacking. Interplanetary Purply Thorny Dragon, first of all, has a ridiculous name. It's a level 5 Dark Dragon, 2200 attack, 1100 defense. Perfect for taking on Ally of Justice Catastor, because it has 100 more attack power and it's dark, so it bypasses the effect. If a monster you control is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon Purply Thorny Dragon from your hand. Pretty good. Works well with Dark Hole and Torrential Tribute. Oracle of the Sun is a level 5 light spellcaster, 1000 attack, 2000 defense. It can special summon itself just like Cyber Dragon can, same restrictions and everything. And when it is destroyed and sent to your graveyard, you can look through your deck and grab either Fire Ant Escator or Supe and put it in your hand. Pretty straightforward. Salvage Warrior is very good. It's a level 5 Water Warrior, 1900 attack, 1600 defense. When it's tribute summoned, you can special summon a tuner monster from your hand or graveyard. So, this is the only level 5 that in this deck that cannot special summon itself. And the reason for that is if you have like Supe or Fire Ant Escator, you can tribute it for Salvage Warrior, and then use Salvage Warrior's effect to just summon it right back to the field and sync with it. So it basically doesn't cost you anything. The reason I don't want tribute things is one, they're slow, but two, so that I can keep my lower level monsters because they're all tuners basically. But Salvage Warrior just completely bypasses that problem and lets you summon him back to the field. So it's definitely good. Heck, even if you tribute Tula Guardian for it, you can still grab a Supe or a Fire Ant Escator. Escator looks a bit like Catastor. Supe is a level 1 Earth Fiend tuner, 300 attack, 100 defense. When it is sent from the field to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon Oracle of the Sun from your deck. Its attack is doubled to 2000, and then it goes to your hand during the end phase. So, good way to get Oracle of the Sun, and yeah, I mean it's pretty straightforward. Good way to get Oracle of the Sun. Yeah. The Tricky, fun little card. It's a level 5 Wind Spellcaster, 2000 attack, 1200 defense. You can special summon it by discarding one card. Very useful card, because it can be special summoned even if you have other monsters, like unlike Cyber Dragon, unlike Oracle of the Sun, and it's pretty strong on its own, because it is 2000 attack, and then you can special summon it and then normal summon Supe or Escator, or I don't know, just something. So, sorry, I got a Skype message. I'm gonna turn off the volume. Sorry about that. So, on to spells and traps. We've got Dark Hole. Sure you know what it does. Also activates Oracle of the Sun's effect, Supe's effect. Lets you summon Purpley Thorny Dragon. Activates a Pocket Wheel's effect. A Pocket Wheel. Mausoleum of the Emperor lets you normal summon or set without tributing. Yeah, I mean, it's in there. I definitely, there's probably other cards I could put in there instead. This is a very spell light deck. 1 for 1, send a monster card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon a level 1 monster from your hand or deck. So send anything to the grave and get Supe out onto the field. Pretty self-explanatory. Temple of the Sun is a continuous spell card. Face-up monsters you control that were special summoned from the graveyard gain 300 attack. I do have 2 of them because it is kind of a small boost, but there is a lot of summoning from the graveyard. Supe summons a monster from the graveyard. You don't, do you? You do. Wow, Pocket Wheel and Supe both specifically summon Oracle of the Sun, but beyond just those, Inti and Quilla special summon each other from the graveyard. So if you have both, that puts them up to 3600 and 3100. Tricky Spell 4 is a quick play spell card, last of the spell cards that's in here. Send a face-up the Tricky, of which I have 3, to the graveyard. Special summon Tricky tokens, which are basically the Tricky, in defense position equal to the number of monsters your opponent controls. But Tricky tokens cannot attack. So basically multiplies your Tricky at the cost of them not being able to attack, but also gives you more things to synchro with because tokens can be used as synchro materials. They just can't be used for XYZs. Um, yeah, I mean it's pretty simple. Call of the Haunted, you know. Call of the Reaper, you might not. It is specific to this series or this set of cards. Activate only when a monster or monsters is special summoned from your graveyard. Select and special summon a Supe or Fire End Ascator from your graveyard. Pretty pretty good. It lets you get your tuners out onto the field. Um, and you know what? I'm actually going to put in another each of Inti and Quilla. Yeah. Counter negates the activation of a counter trap card and destroys it. Mostly used for like Solemns, but I think I'm actually going to take that out and put in Imperial Iron Wall because that's a useful card. Well, no, actually, because I think more people run Solemns than they do banishing cards. Because these guys are basically useless if they're banished. The whole deck just falls apart because it's very graveyard focused. So if things are banished, then it just doesn't work. So Imperial Iron Maul is good. But counter, good against what's it called? Solemn, Warning, and Judgment. Good against Dark Bribe, of which I have several. I was only going to use 2 Dark Bribes, but then I was like, I'll use 2 Dark Bribes and 2 counters. And then I decided I'd prefer to have another Dark Bribe over 2 counters. Yeah. So, Dark Bribe, you know, deprison. When an opponent declares an attack, banish the monster. Pretty simple. Gets around Stardust Dragon and other anti-destruction monsters that can't be destroyed but can be banished. Then you know Mirror Force and you know Torrential Tribute. And of course, Torrential Tribute is for the same reasons as Dark Hole because it really doesn't hurt you that much because your monsters will replace themselves. So that's pretty much the whole deck. I gotta say, I definitely should have saved this for one of the one of the Friday ones because it went together really quickly, and then it actually works really well. These two together are a very powerful combo, and I can actually get them out pretty consistently. Um, and then all the level 5s are just pretty good as well. They do kind of hover around 2000 attack, whether it's just above or just below. But but I mean, hey, that's what I have. That's what I have Inti and Quilla for. So and all these. So uh, that's that's actually pretty much it. I am shocked at myself because this video is only going to be like 20 minutes. Um, so uh, yeah, that's all I really got for you. So thanks for watching, and I'll if you see me on Dueling Network, pop in, say hi. How you doing? How's life? Got any new decks? That kind of thing. And I'll see you later. Thanks for watching.